Hello everyone! Today, I'm Perry Pineapple, and I'm going to show you a bunch of ways that you can use the secret blocks in Minecraft to make your builds look nicer. 25 plus tips and tricks you can use. So, this is just a recap of all the videos that I've made so far on the secret blocks in Minecraft, using them in builds and stuff. So, I will quickly run through them all here, or you can go to the link in the description and watch them all separately. That will have more detail. So, let's get started with number one, and that has to be the allow block. As you can tell, the allow block is a kind of light tan block, and it can be used in a variety of different ways, such as incorporating them into your sand structures, using them as supports, or just kind of pathways, stuff like that. Or you can use them as a floor pattern, or as maybe another place to put your items, kind of as a table or something like that. And maybe in a woodcutter's area or something like similar. Or you can use it as a ruin or some kind of pathway that leads up to Mr. Tree Man. Hi. And it's really easy. You can add it into a jungle or some kind of situation with that. Now moving on to the next one. It works really good as a mine shaft opening or something like that. If you get tired of using just wood planks or something like that, you can use these and they look very sound. Like they have iron in them and they've got a wood or stone kind of thing in between to support them more. Now moving on to the final one for the allow blocks, it can be used as a store path or using it as a shelf structural support. As you can tell, allow blocks allow for a lot of support and structure to your builds. So now moving on to the next one, this is the deny block, the opposite of the allow block. And guess again, it's another structural support for maybe a building you're working on. You can use it as a part that has not been concrete poured over it yet, or something like that, just to make the structural support look a lot better. Now moving on to the next one, you can use it as a decoration path as well. You can use it adjacent to paths to make them more structurally sound, and other things like that. Or you can use them in the wall to just make it look nicer. Just a little bit more texture differences help a lot. Now moving on to the next one, you can use it as part of a statue because, yeah, I really just love these blocks as statue blocks as it looks supported and it's just a little bit different block you don't see all the time. Now moving on to the next one, you can use it as a roller coaster beginning or end, as these is the mechanical works that are going into there, and you can use them as it pulls you up the lift until you go down and go back up again. It's really easy, and you can combine them with various other blocks to make a really nice looking roller coaster. So now moving on to the last one for the deny blocks, you can use it as structural support for your castles, or if you want to make it look mechanical or something like that, you can add some kind of pulley weight that opens and closes this gate, or something like that. It's really easy, and I will incorporate this into my creative build castles. It's really cool, I really enjoy it. So, we also have tips using the structure void. And for the first tip, you can make a really cool looking scarecrow. All you have to do is put the structure voids on either side and it makes arms like this. The second tip you can use is putting it just kind of as a portcullis or some kind of like iron chain that you can wind up. It's really cool. The next one you can use is bell hopping. So you can jump on the bells. I don't know why you would need this, but you have it now. You can use bells as parkour things, and they're really cool. Same thing with the potted plant. You can do potted plant parkour if you want to. I'm not very good at it. All you have to do is put a structure void underneath of it. Now for the next one, you can make floating torches really easily just using the structure void, and you can jump straight through them because you can. You can be like Harry Potter and be a wizard. Be a wizard, Harry! So, that is all the tips for the structure void. Now, if we pop back right over here, we also have another section of structure void tips. They're a little bit different though. They are vertical half slabs in Minecraft. It's crazy, but they're there. So all you have to do is get the structure void and place them on the sides, and it will break the, oh, there we go, a little bit of lag, but as you can tell, they have a little bit of a chunk on the side. But if you put the structure voids on the side, it flattens it out, and you can make vertical half slabs in Minecraft. So we're going to pop over here and show you the tips for the vertical half slabs. The first one is making a really nice sloping bridge. As you can tell, you can put structure voids on top of these to make them less chunky on the sides and connect just a little bit better. I just really like this. It makes it look a lot nicer. And you can have a little bit more of a curve. You go up, and then you go up just a tiny bit more by placing it on top. So now if we pop over here, we can make really cool walls using the structure void, making them nice and flat, doing different like heights and stuff. Like this one's slightly higher than this one. It's hard to tell, but you can also make really cool decorations for like fire pits and stuff like that. But now if we come over here, you can make a really smooth wall. Like, there's just something about this. I can just be like, whoa, it's just so smooth. And all you have to do is place the structure voids all along the sides and along the tops. It just smooths it out so nice. As I'm demonstrating here, just boop, boop, and on the sides, boop, boop, and on top, boop, boop, boop. And it just looks so much nicer. It's just so nice and flat. I really enjoy that. Now for the last one of these, it is using the structure voids just to, you know, give it a lot more depth. You can have these straight walls that have been crumbling away for years and years. Or you can just have a couple, and it just makes it look a lot more different and broken. I really enjoy that. So let's pop back over to the other tips and tricks, because yes, yes we can. Alright, now we're popping over back to the beginning, and this is using these blocks. These are the border blocks, or the border wall blocks, like that. And for this one, you can use them as a little, you know, maybe a little hot dog stand or hamburger stand, and they'll be cooking their meat on the grill, and you got your little particles popping up, and it just looks a lot more like a grill. Now, popping over to the next one, you can use this. These particles come out of the border block. As you can tell, we have a very cool looking lava area that has particles coming up, and it's all lavy. It's really cool. So all you got to do is place them under your blocks, and the particles will come up through, so you can make a really cool lava looking area. So now moving on to the next one. This is more of a support tip. Maze, storage room. Test your luck in the invisible maze. So you do have to be in survival to do this, so I'm gonna pop over to survival real fast. So now that I'm in survival and about to die of hunger, this can be used as a invisible maze. As you can tell, I can only go certain directions, and I can't go some different ways. So it's kind of hard to tell which way to go, but if you follow the blue ones, then you will find your way out. So let's hop back into creative and get on with the next one. So we had the invisible maze. Now we're popping over to our buildings. As you can tell, these are just structural supports for your builds, just to give them a little bit more depth and stuff like that. However, as you can see, they are letting off particles. Another thing you can say with this is maybe this is electricity. Maybe you're running electricity from the ground all the way up, or it's just a redstone signal that you're sending up as well. There's a lot of cool things that you could do with that. Now moving on to the final one for the border wall, it is lightning. As you can tell, we got our big evil storm cloud up there, and it's shooting down red lightning while maybe someone magical is doing magical things with the smoke, I guess? Or making magic come up and maybe counteract this lightning. But you also have these really cool particles coming down. It really makes it look like lightning. So that is all for the border blocks. So now we hop back all the way over to the structure blocks. Structure blocks are very cool, as they can look like a nuclear chamber or something like that. Maybe it's a warning sign. Hey, this is chemicals, don't touch it, or something like that. You can add it into your laboratory to make it look like you're processing slime or something like that. So now popping over to the next one, you can switch the structure block over to a gem one from changing it from save, which is the default one, to load. And it makes it look like a mystical gem or something like that. So you can be like Indiana Jones and get up and steal your treasure and get out before the whole world collapses on the area. Now for the next one, you can use them as fans in your room. This is just a standing up fan, and it just kind of got the wind blades and something like that. Or you can use them as fans in the ceiling, more of a crawl space or something like that, that you could crawl through or something similar to that to ventilate air throughout the whole building. Now moving on to the next one, it's a more of a mystical one again. You can use them as maybe end nodes or something like that. Maybe a mystical tower or gem that's powering it. It's really easy and it just looks cool. It goes well with that. Now for the final one, you can use this as a nuclear porthole or a way into somewhere scary. As for example, if I open this, you can have things that scare you most, which is pumpkins, and not getting more than 1,000 views. But let's close that up, and hopefully, if you've been liking the video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you share this video with 2 people, and those people share it with 2 people, this video will get a lot more views and will hopefully help you and your friends in building in Minecraft using these secret blocks. So, now that we've covered all the structure blocks, we're going to hop over to the last one so far, and it is the jigsaw block. As you can see, maybe you use it as a puzzle. You have your levers, and you have to figure out the right combination to open them. So if I do this, I don't know what the combination is, but you can do something like that, and it will be a combination lock. So it's a puzzle to solve. The next one is directing you where to go. You can use them as arrows, as a simple way, just directing where you want your player to go. Now moving on to the next one, you can use it as a radar dish or something like that, as maybe that you could pretend that this goes around and around and it's looking for enemy ships or others, maybe it's a spaceship or something like that. And yeah, use it as something like that. Now moving on to the next one, you can use these as maybe server towers or computer, some kind of transferring data system or some kind of mechanical thing, as you can use the arrows as pointing up, or you can just use it as the arrows. It just looks cool as something like that. The next one is using it as a floor pattern. It's a really cool way to just mix up your floor, have maybe a little carpeted area, or just a design in the floor. Now for the next one, you have a robot. You can make some kind of robot AI maybe? So all you gotta do, or you can use them as teeth for your builds, or you can use them as eyes. It looks a little creepy, but it's really easy, and that's it. So, as you can tell, that has been all of the secret blocks in Minecraft that I have done building tips on. And if you really do want to check out the rest of these, links will be in the description below if you want to learn more how in-depth to do these and various things like that. However, it's been a fun time, and we'll see you next time on Fort Realm. Bye!